Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Batman and the Joker Deadly Duo Part 2. So this one kicks off with Harley Quinn has still been captured. Jim Gordon's now been captured as well. And Batman, from the last issue, he sort of met the Joker and tried to sort of figure out what his part in all of this was. And now it's down to those two to try and figure out what's going on. So it's, I have to say, this is probably one of the best Black Label books I've read for quite a while. There's the one that really stands out for me is Harleen. It's still probably one of the best books I've ever read, by Stepan Sejic, and this is definitely up there. It's an interesting story, without a doubt. You know, the fact that Batman and Joker have to kind of seemingly work together. They're not quite working together at the moment, but it seems like potentially that will be coming, just to figure out what's going on with all these knockoff Jokers that are seeming to be sort of zombie-ish. It's a really, really fascinating read, and it just doesn't let up at all. You know, you're on your edge of your seat all the time, and it's thrilling stuff, and it's not to the point where it's excessive with action or anything like that. There's just so much going on. It just makes it incredibly fun. I am very excited about this. I don't know too much about it in terms of how many there's going to be in the series. I think there's going to be 6, because that's the standard size for sort of like a mini series. It is incredibly well written by Mark Silvestri, and I love I for some reason am coming across quite a few different books now that are written and drawn by the same person. I remember picking it up with Harleen by Stepan Sejic, thinking this is absolutely incredible to have someone who can write a book as well as draw it, and have them essentially both being done so incredibly well. It's just mind-blowing. And now we've got a similar sort of thing with the Deadly Duo. It's a really interesting concept. It's a really interesting story. And as much as I'm enjoying the story, for me personally, I actually think the artwork is just slightly better, to be honest. It's slightly grainy, looks kind of quite old school in that fact. And that's something I really do appreciate about it. I'll just pick out a couple of... It doesn't look too kind of clean cut. It looks like it's, like I said, something that's quite classic, something that's quite retro. And for someone like me, I really do appreciate that. There are definitely those books out there that I like, the much more sort of clean cut, maybe sort of realistic approach. But something like this that looks retro, I just kind of, I've fallen for this artwork without a doubt. So it's just such a fun book, and that there are still questions that are coming up in terms of what is actually going on. You know, who is this person that's taken Jim, that's taken Harley Quinn? What is his connection with Joker? Why is he doing this to Gotham? And it is not something that I can actually ever think that I've read anything like this before. And that's what makes it so interesting. It could have just been a standard paint-by-numbers buddy cop thing with Batman and Joker, you know, playing off each other, but it's not. There's elements of, you know, they will have to work together at some point, but obviously you've got the history there of those two. You know, Batman just doesn't trust the Joker. You've also got this supernatural element to it, where things are happening that you just kind of think, what is going on? They seem to be, like I said, they seem to be like zombies, but they are mutating, potentially. Like I said, I don't know too much about what's going on behind the scenes of this, how many potential issues there are, but I will say that I am all in on this. I think it's such a fun read. It's for anyone that's been following my journey over the last kind of couple of years, I've been doing so many reviews that I started to get a little bit bored of comics, and I never ever wanted to get to that point. And so having books like this, it reinvigorates me a little bit, because I just kind of go, yeah, this is why I love this medium. This is why it can be so much fun. So this is the only one I've got at the moment. I've got issue 1 and 2. So this has now convinced me that I do need to go back to my comic book shop at some point soon. Hopefully the 3rd issue has been released, because I am desperate to read it, considering the kind of cliffhanger that the 2nd one ended on. But I cannot praise this one enough. Like I said, Marc Silvestri for being able to do both the writing and the art, and do them both so incredibly well is phenomenal. So I from this, I think this could be a writer artist that I will be following. Yeah, but if you guys have already read a couple of the issues of the Deadly Duo, get the tongue twister out, please let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really does help me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.